Hi there and welcome to Bustthenet. Yes, this is the show I like to call the Kingstonian Diaries. It's my lower league save for Football Manager 18. We've done pretty well. Locked in fourth spot. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Manchester City. Manchester City was my closest rival. They kind of had too many competitions to take part in. They're concentrating on the Champions League. They're in the Champions League final. And along the way, by the way, they've had a bad batch of results in the league. And they got the FA Cup final as well. And I'm just glad that they had so many competitions to worry about. Affected their league form. And as far as we are concerned, we're happy. We have, by default, them doing badly, we've actually managed to secure ourselves a top 4 place. And overall, though, pretty interesting season so far. Callum Higgins scoring 24 goals, but I've been spending a fair bit of time trying to play some of the other players like Damien De Hoyer, Zakaria Hamash, Franz, and Alan McGuey. Although, as you can see from the appearances, my normal target is 15 games. They didn't really come in with 15 games. Mick Morris did, but we're going to have to do a bit more with some of these players next season. Kyle Walker-Peters, Simeon Pontiso, I don't see even Ryan Brewster. I don't see a future for them. Rogerio is going to be transferless, has already accepted a contract with another club because I just wanted him. I made a signing for a player I'm not really going to be using. So he's going to go. Meanwhile, for us, we have that little match now. We have to play United and Arsenal our last 2 games. Even if we lose both matches, Champions League football is definitely on the horizon. There are only 2 games left. We managed to, after that draw against City, we beat Fulham, we beat Brighton. We had these 2 glorious 1-0 wins over Burnley away from home. I was pretty happy with our performance here. We didn't do too badly, right? We carved them out a few times, but I had to play rather conservatively, even against West Ham. This was a match that we played well again, but I'm giving other players a chance to play. Like Damien Phelan didn't perform very well, 6.3. Galliard came in 6.7. And now we have this match against Manchester United. And I think against Manchester United, we could be having some issues. I've stuck with this formula this season, which is, okay, I'm only going to play the 4-3-1-2. Right. So 4-3-1-2 is the only way I approach games right now. I know that you can overachieve in this game, right? There is no 2 ways about it. If you find a tactic that you enjoy, I suggest you stick to it. Overachieving sometimes requires you to, I guess the best way to put it is game the system. You're gonna have to go in there, and some of these matches, you end up playing tactics. You're trying to out tactic another tactic. After a while, I just got tired. It's too much work. I just want to enjoy the game. I'm sure you guys do too. So here we go. We've got our players all set up. We got Will Ring. Oh, this guy, this former Liverpool player, Liam Coyle, is a mainstay in my team right now. Without him in the side, we'll be screwed. And we got Will Ring here. He's played pretty well. Only question I have is whether or not he's going to be a big part of next season, but I'm going to keep him. Dolzal, a youngster that we added to the squad, has come through pretty well. We got Evran Karadenis and Damien Phelan. Ideally, I want to play him here. And then Mario, who has been injured and is not available again. Mario has been here and there with injury, so he's out now for the rest of the season, so he won't be available for any of our games. So the option is for me to actually go into these games with Vincent Galliard. So I'll stick Vincent Galliard in. Now Ryan Brewster will not be playing. So we got Eusebio Villaverde. Now this boy picked up 2 red cards this season. Very angry with him. But I think it's like some people have observed as well in some of my games. I tend to be very aggressive in my settings. Now, I don't recommend that you do this all the time yourself because it can be an issue. So what we're going to do is I would recommend that tackle harder not be some instruction that you set up willy-nilly. But in my case, I enjoyed the bone-crunching tackles. I'm willing to take a bit of a risk with this. All right, dressing room, set opposition instructions as per normal. They're the same. Team talk, we've been on a good run, so let's go out there, have some fun, boys. Galliard with the ball. We're going to be watching this on extended highlights. Coil to Galliard. Galliard can't get it through. Comes back for the return. This is Manchester United versus Kingstonian. Kingstonian going into this game with closed down much more on our fullbacks. Yes, we're definitely taking this. Oh, what a start! What a start there by the boys! It's a brilliant start from Kingstonian. We have gone in there. We have taken the lead early. An aggressive style of play. Yes, back heel from Coil. Look at Coil smashing it, and then Dolza finds Evran Karadeniz, makes no mistake, and puts it. Evran Karadeniz's best position in this position that I play him in. However, it's because I want to rotate other players into the system that I sometimes, I go like doing different things. So my results kind of suffer in the process. Vanderplas to Dareem to Martial. There we go. Down the line, Colwell through, forces the keeper. I see, when I play with my fullbacks aggressively closing down, if that happens, I'm okay with it, because the angle that the striker is coming in is going to make it very hard for them to score. So I'm perfectly okay seeing that. So my fullbacks have both been told to close down more, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go, close down much more. Here he's going closing down much more. So both of them are told to close down much more, except for this guy. I'm playing him on support duty, but he's not going to support. I want him just to hold his position, and because we are playing we are playing a rather aggressive setup. I have my wing back on the left doing most of the penetration, and Josh Diamond, whatever you want to call his name, he has this get further forward PPM as well. So I guess it's gonna work to just tell him to get forward. Gonzalez out to Anthony Martial on. Colwell again does brilliantly, forces a save from the keeper, Josh Diamond. Again, I'm happy. See, the thing here is Colwell, he's left-footed as well. So I suspected that much. If he's a right-footed player, we might have problems. So as long as the AI sticks to what is predictable, I'm fine with it. So this is the part where the AI gets a bit predictable. Comes in on his left foot, so he's going to strike with his left foot. The angle just became a lot smaller for him. Villaverde is 66%. No, not good. Evran Karadeniz is striking it. All right, we have on this flank as well, Higgins. He is coming in with his left foot only. So what I'm going to do is, I have a different version of this. So we're going to stick it here. And we're going to get both these players now to play like this. I got Karadeniz now. And Higgins is going to come in on his favorite foot. Hopefully this doesn't screw things up too much for me. But now I think it's going to be a slightly more interesting situation for him. Galliard to Evran Karadeniz. Galliard again. The ball gets out to Josh Diamond to Coil. We're going to make one small tweak. So he's now closing down much less, and he's now closing down much more. So we got a different setup here. It's a different way of playing. Yes, I'm sure it's confusing many of you. Galliard to Higgins to Evran Karadeniz to Galliard. Oh, strikes it from range. Okay, now all I'm going to worry about is the flank where I've got the player closing down much less. Even I'll forget which one it is. So the left flank is closing down much less, and the right flank is closing down much more. Okay, so Villaverde, yes, I expect you to get up the pitch. I'm hoping the audio for this is okay. I've had a bit of a problem because I shifted my workstation, and in the process of shifting my workstation, I ended up shifting it to a corner of to an area of the room where the acoustics aren't very good. I'm getting some acoustic sound paneling coming in to improve the acoustics so the audio sounds good. And I'm hoping that this comes out alright, because I've come with a makeshift solution just so that I can continue streaming. Dybala heads in, and what I would do for Paulo Dybala in my side. Come on, if we do beat Manchester United, it'll be our first win over the Red Devils. Okay, Villaverde is 66%. He's dropping like a rock. This is not something I like to see. He is not match fit. We have not been using him for a couple of matches, but when he gets close to 70%, I'll take him off. Again, our Colwell goes down the flanks, looks for Dybala. Dybala is not getting an easy chance. Keep it up, boys. We got Mick Morris now, but he doesn't bring anything from an attacking sense. Oh, a screw up from my keeper. He didn't gather the ball. He missed his interception. I thought this was done. Muric, he couldn't get. Oh man, this is terrible. This is so terrible. Galliard to Josh Diamond. To Coyle, to Ring, plays it back to Josh Diamond, plays it to Coyle, Galliard to Dolzal, looks for options on the right flank, but that pass was not a good one. They played out wide. Villaverde is not 100%. This is not looking good. Swallow does well. Galliard now finds Evran Karadeniz. It's on for Higgins. Higgins he zinged left when he should have gone towards the right. Someone other he made the angle smaller and smaller for himself, or either that or the players forced him wide. We got Darame. This is Manchester United. So far I've had problems with United, always keep losing to them. Alright, we're gonna have to take him off. I'm gonna bring Mick Morris on. Callum Higgins at 6.5. Alright, we're going to change Callum Higgins now to an advanced forward. With 10 minutes left to go. Manchester United, still that missing piece for me. Free kick from Evran Karadeniz. Goes wild and wide. A sad little mistake from our keeper, Josh Diamond. Mendoza. Oh, does well. Karadeniz, Galliard. On to Josh Diamond. This is good work. Karadeniz eats. Yeah, we're so close. We're so close. I can sense it's coming. Right. You can too, can't you? This team is not far from being the finished article. Galliard to Higgins. Well, it's not too bad. Our last home match of the season, we were unlucky. The keeper fumbled. But we're finishing the season strong. And, well, with just one game left now, only Arsenal stand in the way. It'll be interesting to see who stays up and who goes down. Coming to the next match already, I'm going to send my assistant in. Arsenal await us. That's another team that I have yet to beat this season. Meanwhile, let's look at some of the other leagues around. Because in the Spanish La Liga, we got Real Madrid winning it over Barcelona. I mean, look at the gap between the two sides. Atletico Madrid. So basically, we've got a 3-league team. Atletico Pamplona. Ooh, wow, where did they show up from? Okay, so we've got a few big clubs that are no longer there. Then we got in the Serie A, it's still Juventus. Now this is nice. Juventus, Inter Milan, close fight. And then it's a 2-horse league again. Over here, we've got in the German First Division, Bayern Munich romping it home again. Well, in Scotland, Celtic, Rangers, Hibernian. I guess that's not too bad. What about in England? We've got the Championship. So we're going to look at the Sky Bet Championship now. In the Sky Bet Championship, how did the season end? So let's take a look at the league table. Crystal Palace and Liverpool. Liverpool are back in the Premiership, finishing second on the table. 8 points behind Crystal Palace, Southampton, Bournemouth, Rotherham, and Millwall go through to the playoffs. And I think we're not too far away from that. We got one more leg to play. So now we got Arsenal left, and that's it. That will be the end of the little adventure. And for Kingstonian, we're hoping, I want to call this Kingstonian adventure done when we do lift the Champions League. I feel that we are maybe 2 seasons away from that, because I still want to use the players that I have on hand. I mean, we could go for it, right? buy our way to success, but I don't want to do that. So we've got a few injuries, so the first choice players won't be available. Gonna push Evran Karadeniz again over here. We got Dolzal, he'll be here. Hamash, well, they suggest that we use him. And I got Liam Coyle playing here. I'm gonna play Will Ring instead. Got Swallow, De Hoyers, Hubner is a fullback on the right flank. This is new. I didn't know you can be a fullback. We'll just use this guy, okay? All right. I've got fullbacks who are injured, so definitely an area that we have to focus on in the summer, in the transfer window. So here we go. Gallia to Gonosh. Arsenal playing this system. I definitely can't let Arsenal come out because they don't have any other. Basically, they don't have any other strikers. I mean, they don't have any other wingers apart from those two fullbacks. So if I allow them to camp, I'm going to be in trouble. So we're going to have to play an aggressive game, closing down higher with my fullbacks, and hope that we can defend well. So this is the only part of the game that I'll be worried about, the counter attack following a failed attack. This is where we are going to be weakest. So if we can do things right, then this will be quite interesting. So I'm not going to ask in the whole position. Let's go, Morris. I know you can't cross the ball. That's the only thing right now that I don't have full. They've taken the lead. It's a risk. We don't need to watch the highlights. Looking crazy. I know why that happened. We don't have the best fullbacks at the moment, left and right, so we are vulnerable on both flanks. Gonosh is attacking, and that's going to leave us a bit open. I mean, I could sit back and try and hit them on the counter, but I don't want to change the way I play. I'll take it any which way it comes, but definitely not going to change the way I play the game. So things are going to stay. Damien Phelan has taken a knock, so we're going to bring on Callum Higgins. Scored 24 goals for us in all competitions. Done well, the little Scottish player. Augusto, tried your best, but again, Marcelo Augusto or Karadeniz Higgins tries to get away, but it's not really working out for him. Kingstonian are being owned. We are being owned by the Gunners. They are definitely one of the best teams in the land this season. So it looks like I can play against United, but this Arsenal team are a different kettle of fish. I can't bring... That's the problem at the moment. Both these fullbacks, they're not the best. So in my system, if the fullbacks aren't good enough, it will show. So this is where we're going to strengthen over the summer. Santur, either I use the fullbacks. I'm hoping that the ones that are training can play. Failing which, we might have to consider plonking some good money on our two world-class fullbacks. Corner, Gallia to take this, puts into the box. Coyle, Dolzal strikes it from outside the box. They get away with a counter attack. Chiesa, that's great work from Morris. Corner, Santuari. Bellerin has to go wide. They clear that. Dolzal to Karadeniz. He can play the first time pass. Doesn't get very far. Guanosh, beautiful pass for Higgins. Higgins should have squared it. He didn't square that. Well, we're not doing that badly. We had one really good chance. Pepe, Santuari, Marcelo Augusto. Out wide, he goes to Hector Bellerin. Gonosh, brilliant tackle. Closing down much more on the left flank. Free kick, Santuari into the box. Not threatening the keeper. Arsenal may have a lot of, possession or chances, but they're not really making it count. We, on the other hand, we are looking quite dangerous on the break. Each one of our, we got a lot of the shots that we've had, all on target. So I'm pretty happy with how we are performing. So even though we've only had 3 shots on target, it doesn't mean that we are playing badly. We're actually playing okay. We just have to do a better job of converting some of our chances. I would be happy with this kind of a performance. Just need to tweak players, that's it, and we'll be fine. Watson to Bellerin. I mean, this after all, my Kingstonian team, the average players, they're not the best. We've been slowly building this side up over time. My main players, Will Ring, Liam Coyle, Evran Karadanis, Callum Higgins, they've been there since we got promoted. So, yeah. Gomez plays it out to Hughes. Hughes back to Gomez. Gomez to Lebarba. Lebarba finds Marcelo. Oh, good defending from the boys again. Look at that. They've had 54% possession, but only 3 of their shots have been on target. We've had less possession. We've had all our shots on target. Eden. Oh, superb run. Pepe scores. Fullbacks. Area of concern now. We just have to improve that area of the game and we'll be done. That's the only thing left now in my little mix. Switching over to key highlights now. I think we've seen enough. The Hoyos, I'm going to be depending on him next season, even though he's not exactly the fastest kid on the block. But he's definitely one of the smarter defenders I have. Kilmorph to Gomez to Bellerin. Plays it down to Hoy. Swallow picks that up. Looks for the pass. Will Ring holds up. Gonosh to Higgins. Higgins to Evran Karadinis. Plays it out to Coyle. Coyle, Swallow. Morris to Hoyos. Morris now to Ring to Coyle to Galliard. Evran Karadinis cannot release Zoll. Dolzal. Pepe comes. This is a counter attack. We're gonna pay for it. 3-0. Ouch. Ouch. This is a painful defeat. Ranks up there with the 6-0 defeat I received at the hands of Manchester United. So yes, I've had my fair share of big defeats. It's just that I'm a real stubborn guy. I don't want to change my tactic. Yes, we've actually scored a goal. I'm happy. 3-1. Yeah, it's too late to launch a comeback. We will get there. 4 shots and 4 shots on target. It's not a bad performance. It's not too bad, boys. Things could have been far worse, but some of our first choice fullbacks were not available in this game. So 3-1 defeat. Arsenal top of the table. So how does the season finish for everyone? Kingstonian finish on 4th. That's good news. So there we go. Arsenal champions, United, Chelsea, Kingstonian. We go to the Champions League. City and Spurs go to Europa Cup. Then we've got Brighton, Bristol City, Brentford. We've got Liverpool returning to the Premiership next season. We've received 33 million for doing okay in the Premiership. Happy with that result. Next season, I will be going out to look for fullbacks, I guess. Yeah, we're going to start our scouting now. Achievement, superb strike. What the heck kind of achievement? I don't know where did that achievement come from. Where that achievement comes from. So I'm going to check what this achievement is. Superb strike. Your player collected okay, so we got a goal of the season. That's the goal of the season. Coming from Liam Coyle, a top draw goal from K defensive as his accurate finish from 23 meters. Congratulate Coyle on the award. Okay, let's view the goals. Okay, so this is Bristol City versus Stoke City. This must have finished 3rd. Alexander to Chevalier takes it down nicely. Goes wide. Puts into the box. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, wow. It's a bicycle. What a kick. What an overhead. I don't know whether you call that a bicycle kick or an overhead kick. That was nice. Okay, so this Leicester and Derby, Martinez comes away, comes rocking down the road to Ceballos, strikes it from out there. Ooh, that was a sweet volley. Okay, now after this, it should be our boy Liam Coyle's goal. One of my favorite players in the club. So this is a corner taken out to Liam Coyle. Takes it. Oh, what a strike from there! Yeah, that's like pretty common for him. That's one of the reasons why I don't mind Liam Coyle striking from there. Villiers is inducted into the Kingstonian overall best 11. Swallow, Palmer Brown, Villiers, Pontiso, Wilring, Liam Coyle, Derry, Everett, Carradines, and Callum Higgins. That's sweet. We've got Callum Higgins winning the Fans Player of the Season. Goal of the season was Liam Coyle. Signing of the season, Dolzal. And Young Player of the Season, Damian De Hoyos. We did okay, I guess. We lost in the first knockout round. That wasn't too bad. But the fans were not happy. They were not happy that we went out to PSG. We lost. We're going to have to do better in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup next season. We've got some of the older players. What happened to Joe Hanks? Oh yeah, this means he's no longer playing. He's retired so Joe Hanks is retired as a player. 99 appearances for us, and at 9 goals for Gloucester City at 176 appearances and 19 goals. Some of my favorite players. I had this guy as well, Solomon Sambu, now director of football. Will Patching is still playing. So I'm going to be looking at fullbacks. And we're going to create a filter. I got positioning, work rate, crossing, acceleration, passing, decisions off the ball, and stamina. This is some of the rough zones, and we've got quite a few players already that seem to fit that bill. We're going to go scout this whole lot out. I'm going to ask my scouts to continue, because the goal here now is to improve the fullback department of our game, because at the moment we have a slight problem with fullbacks. Well, as time goes on, we'll have to keep improving our facilities. We also have to go out there and recruit those players. We have to find players. So my scouts are out there. I've got a player search filter set up for fullbacks and wingbacks, and I'm hoping to sign some players. It's going to be a long grind, but I'm looking at this South African player who's got a slip disc, but he's got fantastic physicals. Unfortunately for him, some of the other attributes aren't very good. Bravery is a bit low. His positioning is maybe 14, but it's still a liability. Here, Dominic Bush, he might be one of the more important players that I'm going to be looking at. He might become a priority signature, because he can definitely play on the right flank. Looks pretty exciting. He's a decent prospect actually. And then if I'm looking at the left flank, we don't have many options except for this guy here from Real San Sebastian. Again, he has got very good physical attributes. Mentals aren't bad. Composure is not that important, but his marking and his tackling and his positioning make him a pretty decent asset. He's on loan from Man City, so I could end up having to pay a real big fee for him. So I'm going to go in there, make an inquiry, and see whether City are willing to let him go. If they are, then we are in business. So pre-season now begins for me as I focus on trying to build a squad that can at least do a lot better in the Champions League, and hopefully we can also knock Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea off their purchase, and we can move into the top spot in the Premiership. Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Kingstonian Diaries. If you have any questions, please look me on Twitter at Bustthenet or addicted2fm.com, our website. Once again, I'd like to thank all my patrons for their continued support of this channel. You make these kind of shows possible for the rest of the community. Kingstonian, now go into pre-season. We've got a job to do.